And we're live. Okay. We got a few minutes before the market opens, so let me read the disclaimer real quick. Any and all information discussed here is for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered tax, legal, or investment advice. A referral to a commodity is not in any indication to buy or sell a stock or a commodity. Day trading is inherently risky. Most traders lose money. Past and current results are not any indication for future results. That being said, please trade at your own risk. Do not do anything stupid. Do not take any trades just because somebody said so, because that is quite literally the quickest way for you to lose all your money. If you do that, try to understand why they got into a trade. Now, that being said, we got 2 minutes before the market opens, and I'm going to go over my trading plan one more time just because I'm not trying to fuck myself over. Refresh this. Okay, that being said, I don't want to take any trades to the long side until we get over here, this line over here. I also don't want to take any real shorts until we break this line here or this blue trend line. Now this is on the this is on the half hour. This is what it looks like on the hourly. There's a lot of movement here, and I'm looking also at it from the TPO section. There's a lot of, let me hide this. There's a lot of trading up here and a lot of volume in this area. So I don't particularly want to get in until we break above this and we start trying to capture some of these up here. So that's what I'm looking at. That's how I'm going to be trading today. Same thing on the ES. If we drop down to the hourly, it's too much buying power down here. Wrong chart. Too much buying, too much sideways momentum here. So I don't particularly want to take anything until we crack above, well, yesterday's highs, but more importantly, this one up here at 4,400. And we're quite a bit below that. So that is what to me seems like a real big problem. From what I think is going to happen right now is a opening print. We're opening at yesterday's low, at yesterday's open as well, and we're already in a downtrend. So yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. This rally to the up, I don't particularly think is going to be particularly strong in any sense. I think this is more so going to be a nice little fake out. That's where we opened yesterday, and then something doesn't make sense. How's it yesterday's low if it were opened? It's not. You know what? This is where yesterday's lows was. That makes more sense. Okay. So once we crack below here, then I'm going to be looking for continuing shorting positions. if we hold and we start to reverse, then I can go for a counter trend move. But that's about it, really. Long story short, I'm not trading for the first 10 minutes or so. And that's really about it. Okay. I just wanted some music. I like to have some music. I know my chart looks a little different, which, I mean, is fair. It definitely does. But that's for a little bit of a reason behind that. I was using all three of my monitors, and I didn't particularly like having to move my head around that much. So I have my ES, I have everything on this screen right here, including my footprint and time and sales. On a second monitor, I have the footprint and the time and sales. The footprint, time and sales, and the 2-minute chart for the ES off to my left here. So that works for me currently. At least that way I could see where we're at with the things. We're above opening print on the ES. We're below opening print on the NQ. But we are putting pretty big wicks on the ES. At least on the 2-minute. So, I mean, it's possible that that's breaking out. I don't particularly see that though. There's way too much selling happening. So we'll see if that means anything in the current moment. Delta was really strong off of the open and then got really weak. But I'm not going in on this until I see a true reversal. So I want to see like a nice reversal candle. I didn't technically trade yesterday. At least not the funded account or the eval account, but I did try my luck in the sim, and it was okay. It started off strong, and then I really went on tilt, and then realized I wasn't. Well, I started off strong, and then I made some really emotional mistakes, and then realized that it was on the sim account and not on the regular account, and then I went a little hectic. So we're trading right now the real account. So this is gonna be we're gonna hope for the best. Plan for the worst, hope for the best. That's kind of where we're at. I like that we're trying to hold above here, but there's just so much selling that I don't particularly think we're going to be able to. Wow. Okay. People's stop losses really just got hit, huh? That looks like it's trapping a bunch of sellers. I'm seeing the time and sales on the ES. It looks pretty bullish, but I want to wait for some sort of pullback before I even consider. I want to see it hold at or above opening print. If we flush through opening print, then I know that this was just a bear trap. I'm gonna be really patient with it because the fact that these wicks aren't making new highs has me concerned. I feel like I should have shorted it already, or when it pushed up. Short 50% of my position, or like 2 contracts, and then add 3 more. I'll do it if it gets back up here. I literally just said 2%. I need to give this a little bit more space. I should have waited on that. $16. Which means I need to give this 32. $73. I'm okay with where this is, and I'm okay with risking this. And once it flushes and does a pullback, I'll enter another entry. Part of me wants to add, but I don't have a reason to add just yet. I do want to add some more here though. Adding some more. Well, I'm gonna definitely decrease the risk though. It didn't fill me on that entry. So it is what it is. I'm hoping that it breaks through here. If it doesn't, I might have to just cut it. But this is a pretty strong amount of selling pressure. If we cannot break this with how much selling pressure came through, then I might just take a break-even trade. This might be my next entry. Give it a little bit more, come up a little bit higher, and there. Now I want to bring this to just above this candle. I'm perfectly okay with risking all of that. Sorry. $73. I'm perfectly okay with risking all of this. Again, I would prefer for this to flip, if we are going to flip. Like that. I like that a lot. Now I'll let that run. It'll and then now this, I move this to becoming a break even. Let's go. Come on. You're super close, bro. Okay, cool. Now we let this keep going. We're here. 16, 17. Let me do this. 17 plus 25%. That's 4 times 2. That's 42 points. 42 points is here. So I'm gonna lock. I'm gonna lock this here like that, and I'm gonna move this up with a thing here, right? Because we're 42. It's right here. And then we'll just, I'll let that run. Maybe, how many points are we? This is 20 points. I don't particularly want to give all of that up. So I might have to just cut it there and just take it, but locking that in. It's 15 points. That's a 60-point trade I'm going for. I mean, like I said, I'm holding it, but if we don't make a new low, I might cut this. This is where my 2x ATR is off of my second entry. I'm giving it to the end of this candle. If we don't slap down, then I might cut it. News does come out in 5 minutes, so there is that. Everything on this side looks pretty bearish. I'll draw that trend line. If this doesn't flip red, I'm holding, but this is my trend line. If this trend line gets broke without making a new low, I'm cutting it. Honestly, I might just cut it now, but I'm holding out. I'm holding. I'm gonna let my runners run. If it can push, then it can push. If it can't, then it can't. But I'm cutting it there. It looks like it's flatlining, and it's very possible that we flip and we go, but we're at the what? Orders. No. Positions. Nope. Trade. Nope. Oh damn. That was a $700 trade. $750 trade. Let's go. Again, it's very possible that this goes for another 20 points like I was intending. But the fact that we're stagnant here, Delta doesn't look really hot, and the news comes out in 3 minutes. I didn't want to get greedy. I did not want to get greedy. Plus, this was still a really nice 40-point trade here, and 47-point trade here, there. Oh, wait, no. Here's 30-point trade here. 40-point trade here. Again, I mean, this would have been really nice to see, like an extra 8, 10, 20 points that this was going. I just felt like I was being greedy. I really did. I felt like I was getting greedy, and I felt like there was no actual indication for me to exit this trade. Here, maybe, if this breaks my trend line. And I might have needed to move up my stop loss to about here and allow the risk of 11 to go for 20. But it is what it is. I like where I'm seeing on this trade. So like it's showing me that it would have not worked out. And that I don't like to see. We're at my trend line and I just got a major doji like that. That is not what I would like to see. Now, 40 seconds and housing news comes out. That's also another thing. I didn't really want to hold through the news. Just because I felt like that would be a little risky, per se. Where did I have my stop? Here, 56. And there's the break of the trend line. So I would have cut it in the same place that I would have cut it here, except I would have been in a little bit more of an open position for a little bit longer. And yeah, I mean, this is the exact thing that I would not have wanted to see if I was trading, or this would be the exact reason for me to get out of the trade. But I mean, I think I got into a perfect trade. Realistically, this is where I would have cut it. Somewhere in this when it did that doji. So I gave up $70. I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that. The fact that it's my mental stress, you know, like I gave up literally a point, because this is where the 2x was, but I'm happy with that. I'm happy with my entries. They could have been better a little bit, where I could have gone at a little bit higher, and as it was failing to enter more and more. If I was on the mini, this probably would have been 3 mini contracts and then taken off somewhere down here. So, I mean, the first one would have been here, somewhere else. So, yeah, I technically could have made triple what I just made if I was trading the minis, but that also isn't something that I'm used to doing, so it wasn't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? This was as perfect of a trade as I could have had. I waited for confirmation and then got in with half position. Then I re-entered when I got more confirmation, and then I just wrote this down. I was in drawdown for about $90, 9 points, which is about $180 if we're trading them regular mini. And then from there, you're just straight money. Could I have waited on this and pulled it down a little lower? Sure, but again, that's not in the trade plan. The trade plan is 2x what I risked, and then the second entry is allowed to be a runner, and that's what happened. First entry is 2x what I'm risking. Second trade is allow a runner, and I'm extremely happy with that because I ended the day off. I'm done trading, by the way. I'm done. A solid $750 flat minus commission, but that is $750 minus commission, like exactly that. I cannot want more than that. Like, excuse me. So, perfect trade. The question is, do I continue trading or do I call it a day? I feel like I should just call it a day, but like, I feel good to continue. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this could technically be the second entry for another leg down, but I don't know how. That's risky. The only thing I could have done is gone in at a higher price. But that was a very optimal area to enter as well. So entered here, and if I allowed here on this fail to get in here, or on that fail to re-enter at the same price I got. I mean, I tried to, but it just missed my price by like a tick. Yeah, I mean, today is it was a small short stream. I am happy with how this turned out. This was a 12-minute trade, $750. Like, I cannot be more happy or greedy about that. You know, like, I made what a lot of people make in a single week in about 12 minutes, 13 minutes. Now, granted, I know this is going towards my eval, and coming off of how shitty of a trading week I had last week, I said that the best course of action is that if I can go green this week with the entries, and my second entries more importantly, because those are my first entries are usually solid. It's the second entry that I found has kind of messed me up. So if I could get good at entry number 1 and then entry number 2, then I'll in the micros over the course of this week, then I'll be able to, I will allow myself to hop over to the minis and try the same thing. Yeah. I know a week isn't as much data as I would like, but I do have $6,000 that I have to scrub through, and that is quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this would have been $1,400. That would have been a really nice chunk to it if I had. Well, actually, this would be $1,500. So it would be 25% of what the account is requiring if I did the same thing with the double entries. And at the end of the day, I wasn't risking much. I risked at the maximum $150 to make $750. You know, so like, because entry number 1 was here or here. Which was it? Yeah, it was up here. Entry number 1 was $200. And then entry number 2 was $150. But both of them at that point, I moved this stop up. So say I risked 400 and I made 750. It's still not bad. No, wait, I lied. I risked $160 because this was a 33-point drop. So I risked 160, and then the second one I risked 120. So what is that? $300? 280? Yeah. This trade netted me 2.6 R. 2.67 R, which is really solid. So I'm happy with it, and I'm progressively seeing that I'm getting better at this, especially with my analysis and things. I just need to be able to continuously do this. If I didn't move my stop loss from here or cancel it short, it would have hit my second hit of like down here. But again, like, do I really want to live through 18 points of drawdown before I make the extra 3 to make that 20 points? Like that, I'm risking 1-to-1 for what? You know what I'm saying? Like that, this drawdown, granted, if I did have it here, I would have been okay if I moved it in, but I wouldn't have known that, right? So the fact that you would be risking $150 to make 130, that's not a really good and sustainable thing. Now, this is showing me a potential for a reversal trade. Delta is flatlining and we're chopping. If we break above this high, chances are we'll run back up, but I'm not trading no more, so I'm done on that. Rename info. Okay, so just to reiterate, $750 on the day. That's it. I'm at 14.6. That's 25% of what the account needs. I need to hit $6,000. Today, tomorrow, and Thursday, I'm gonna be in the micros, making sure that my entries are solid like this. Starting next week, if I end the week off green, starting next week, I'll be trading the minis, where I'll enter one mini contract on to this and then pop off for the next, and then do the whole thing again. And hopefully it, if I can end this week off making 2-3 grand, next week should be the final week to get me over that hump and into the funded account. I only say that because TopStep does the scaling rule. So for the first, until you hit, I think it's $1,500, I only have access to 3 contracts, and they consider the contracts the same whether it's micros or minis. So I need to get used to being able to take that same trade, here on the minis. But I want to make sure that I know what the fuck I'm doing. So in this, I'm doing it on the micros first to make sure I iron out any little issues, and then I'll hop over to the minis to finish off the trade. Yep. On that note, I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. This trade looks really good to continue. I don't even know if I have... The next real pivot point is this trend line, which is about 30 points from where price is currently. And then after that really is just a 100-point drop. Now, I don't particularly think that that's what's going to happen, but Lord knows, On that note, though, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Well, actually, I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow, but I will be trading. I might start uploading videos of like how the trade recaps and stuff to keep myself accountable on this, because I do like, whenever I do stream, I feel like my trading is inherently significantly better than if it wasn't streamed. So that might be something I do. I'm not entirely sure, but what I do know is this was solid. It was a solid trading day. If I don't do, I might do a trade recap in TradeZilla. I'll have to figure that out, but I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Don't be patient. Don't risk it. If it's not worth it, don't do it, essentially. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow.